How was your voyage back to the West Coast?
It's very different than I had thought it was going to be because
Yeah,
I didn't go anywhere. And so I
yeah.
pulled up with my girlfriend since, seventh grade. So we had only 2 months to kind of.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's a lot to deal with for both of you.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow. And how was traveling back here?
They're empty. The
Just,
airports were empty. The people were all 10 feet apart. They only take 30 passengers per plane.
wow.
It was quiet, quiet.
That's crazy.
It was like 9/11. It was
Picking her up at LAX was like a ghost town.
It was like
The one perk of the whole thing is you can get into LAX.
I had the luggage before I even got down.
That's so funny. I know. I was thinking the other day because still have to go to my other job, and it's taking me like 20 minutes to get there, which is not how it usually is, and like 20 minutes to get home on a Friday night, which usually is like a 90-minute drive. So I don't know how I'm ever going to go back to normal traffic. I think I'll just have to quit my job and work from home because I never want to do it again.
And a lot of people are feeling the same way. If you can telecommute, man, why go out there?
Yeah, my roommate, his job, like they're basically ready to like give up their lease for their office. So like everyone's working fine from home. Why do we need a huge crazy office? So I think a lot of people are realizing maybe we don't need to go in for meetings. Maybe we don't need to be in the building, which is nice.
And you could give an online yoga class for 100 people.
Yeah.
And not have to fit them into a room. I mean, it's comfortable. And I find it I've gotten very comfortable with your teaching online and just taking a class online and practicing online. It's been great.
It's been a pretty smooth transition. I took a class in my backyard the other day, and I was like, this is pretty nice. I'm under the tree. There's a little cat in the window. Like, it's not so bad. I do miss like the connection of having everybody in the same room, but this being the new normal for a while, it's okay. Like, it's working. We still get to see you guys. Thank goodness we have this technology, right, where we can there's still like an energy transference and there's still like connection. So
yes,
I think it's been pretty good. It hasn't been as weird as I thought it would be. Like the first day I was like really nervous to talk to my phone or talk to the computer, but now it's like
nothing. Yeah, my girlfriend was great because we were taking classes, different teachers that she knows.
Oh, yeah.
I had the added benefit of having her physically correct me. So thoracic spine, not your shoulder.
You're like, shoulders down. Well, how are we all feeling this morning? If you're not on camera, you can type it into the box. That's fine too. How are bodies feeling? I had heard right before I started my video, I heard you guys say you've been doing yoga like every day, which is great.
Yeah, it's been, well, I mean, it's also having her home,
Yeah.
Let's do this together. It's great.
Oh, that's so good. Any requests today? Anything we want to work on in particular? Any parts of the body bothersome or tight or anything like that?
Shoulders. Always good.
Hey, Charlotte. Hello. Core. I'm going to say core. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Core, always.
Always, right? Always. Okay. Fine.
I know.
It's different now that I like do the practice with you guys. Like just teaching, I'm like, let's do the core work, and doing it now, I'm like, oh God. Okay. It's been a bit of a rude awakening to teach and do the practice and like sweat and not lose my breath and try to remain like graceful to some degree. It's been a challenge. So okay, so let's start laying down. Start laying down on the back. Yes, laying down on the back, and then let me mute everybody for now.
Look.
Oh, dog visitor, love it. Yes. Okay. All right. We'll start with some pranayama, right? Allowing the eyes to close if that's comfortable for you. If it's not comfortable, if you find that the mind starts to like get really busy with the eyes closed, you can just focus on one little spot on the ceiling and let that be your drishti, your gaze. If it's comfortable to let the eyes close, though, let the eyes close and just start to pay attention to the quality of breath this morning. So we don't have to change anything right off the bat, just starting to pay attention. So nice long, slow inhales and exhales. Noticing with your breath if it's residing a little bit higher in the body today, if it's up here in the chest, by the throat. Maybe it's already down by the belly, you're feeling good, deep breaths are moving freely. But either way, we'll start to invite in a little bit more depth to the breath. So long inhale, let it float in through the tip of the nose. Feel the belly and the chest lift and expand and widen. Right, and then as we exhale, letting the body just melt down a little bit. And just take a few breaths like this where we're just noticing how the breath is moving. Just letting a little bit more length come. Then allow the features on the face to soften a little bit. So specifically letting the eyebrows kind of move away from one another, allow the skin of the forehead to soften. And we talk sometimes about the skin beside the corners of the eyes, even letting this relax a little bit so the eyes become a little bit more of an almond shape. Right. Letting a little curl or kind of turn up of the corners of the mouth, almost like a really subtle, I had a teacher call it the Mona Lisa smile, like almost a smile. Right, so the face is soft, serene. And just paying attention to the little shifts, right? As we spend a little bit more time focusing on the breath. Notice in the physical body. I have my shoulders kind of softened down into the floor. Can I release and let go of any tension I'm holding, anywhere I'm gripping? So usually this is like, we do it in our glutes, sometimes we do it in our hands, and can we use the exhalations to just allow all of these spaces to just release down into the floor? And we don't want our breath to be restricted, but we do want to listen to that whispery sound. Right? That oceanic quality of the Ujjayi pranayama. Right? And always being able to come back to this breath as we move through our physical practice, right? So getting real comfortable in this space, really familiar here, right? Like this is home base. So if it gets more intense than this, which it will, core work, we can come back to this breath, right? And then doing our little check-in, right? Check in with the physical body, sweeping from the crown of the head down to the toes. And so we know some of us, our shoulders are a little bit tighter. We know our hips are a little bit tighter. Maybe the low back. So just checking in with our, let's not call them problem areas, right? We don't want to keep it negative, but areas where we may need to offer a little bit more kindness. Right. And sending the prana, the breath, down into these spaces, right? The intelligence of the prana moves with the breath. And checking in with the mental, emotional body, right? And then let's start to invite in a little bit of movement, a little wiggle to the fingers, a little wiggle to the toes. And then we'll slowly and mindfully start to reach the arms up and overhead. And take a nice big full body stretch. Reach the arms back, reach the toes forward, right? Like you're first waking up in the morning, big stretch. And then as we exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Give the legs a little squeeze to the body. And a little rock from side to side. Let's take the feet to the floor, shift our hips over to the right side of the mat. Let the left leg stretch out long, hug the right knee into the chest. Nice big breath in. And as we exhale, guide the right leg over to the left. And then little movements here, right? Move the left shoulder from under the chest. Allow the right shoulder to soften down. Maybe the head stays center, but feels okay in the neck. I can turn over the right shoulder. Right? Notice how the breath has probably shifted and changed a little bit, maybe a little bit more strained as we twist the spine. But again, here asking, where can I soften? Where can I let go? Just letting it be a nice, gentle twisting of the spine. Right. And then slowly come back to center. Right. Shift the hips back to the middle of the mat and then over to the left. Let the right leg stretch out long. Hug the left knee into the chest. Give a nice big hug in. Breathe in. And then use the exhale, guide the leg across. Okay. And then walk the right shoulder from under the chest, left shoulder down, widen across the upper back and across the collarbones. And again, the head can stay center, or maybe we turn the head over the left shoulder. Let's take a few breaths here. Okay, anywhere you're feeling tightness, right, or resistance, try to think of the energy of the prana, so the intelligence of the breath, moving, swirling down into that space, opening up. And then slowly come back, feet to the floor. Move the hips back to the middle of the mat. Take the feet about as wide as the mat. And then just with the breath, knock the knees over to the left, back to center, and then over to the right. And then do this a couple times. Right? Using the exhale to drop the knees over. Inhale, center. From here, drop the knees all the way over to the left, flex the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Bend and hold on to the forearms or the elbows. Right? Finding some length alongside the right side body. A little bit more than the left here. And then maybe the left foot finds its way on top of the right thigh if that's okay in your knees and low back. Pretty quickly, your low back and knees will let you know if this is appropriate. My back is telling me it is not. And then reach the arms long behind you. Take a hold of your right wrist with the left hand. Give a little pull back and then a little lean over to the left. So lengthening all out through that right side. Maybe the head turns over the right upper arm. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly release the arms. If the foot is on top of the thigh, release it down to the floor. Take the knees back up to center. Right, make sure the hips are in the middle of the mat and then drop the knees over to the right. Good. Arms up and overhead. Switch which forearm is on top, just holding onto the elbows or forearms for these first few moments. And again, maybe the right foot finds its way on top of the left thigh, if that's okay, in the low back and knee. All right, take a few rounds of breath here. And then reach the arms up and overhead. Take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Give a little pull back, a little lean over to the right. Right, offering the breath down the left side. And then release the foot off the thigh, release the arms. We'll take the knees back up to center. Okay. Let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Take a breath in, and then exhale. Interlace the hands behind the left leg. Okay. From here, point the left toes. Inhale, reach the left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, flex the foot, bend the knee, hug the leg a little bit closer. Do a couple more like that. Point the toes. Inhale, reach the leg up, flex the foot, and then rebend, hug the leg a little bit closer. Okay, let's do one more like that. Inhale, point the left toes, reach the leg up, flex the foot, rebend the knee, hug the leg a little bit closer. All right, now pause here. Right? Think of the right hip, the right thigh shifting away as you hug the left leg in. Now from here, take the right hand to the right knee, left hand to the right heel. We're gonna hold this right leg in place. And then we're gonna reach the left leg out long and hover above the floor. Feel the left inner thigh turning down to the ground as you reach the left heel away. Right, so we should feel this work in our lower belly, right? In that quad, maybe your hamstrings a little bit, and keep hugging the right thigh to the chest, right? Heel above the floor. From here, extend, reach the right leg up towards the sky, interlace the hands behind the right thigh. Press the thigh into the hands back into the thigh. So we have a little L shape with the legs here. From here, engage the belly. Start to lift the chest, lift the shoulders off the floor. Keep reaching the heels away from you. Release the hands, reach the fingertips forward. Good, hold here. Even if you start to shake a little bit. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Long exhale. Good, last one. Inhale. Long exhale. And then hug the knees into the chest. Give a little rock from side to side. Not so bad, right? Take the feet to the floor. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, hug the right leg in towards the chest. Right? Point the right toe. So as you inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Flex the foot. Rebend the knee. Hug the leg a little bit closer. 2 more like that. Inhale, point the toes. Reach the right leg up. Toes point to the sky. And then flex the foot. Rebend the knee. Good. 1 more like that. Point the toes. Reach the leg up. Inhale. Flex the foot, rebend the knee, hug the leg a little bit closer. Breathe down into that left hip. All right, pause here. Feel that left thigh pressing away. Okay. From here, left hand to the left knee, right hand to the left heel. Hold the leg in place. And then we're gonna reach the right leg out long in front of us. Inner right thigh turns down, leg hovers above the floor as you continue to draw that left leg towards you. Good, breathe here. Feel that right inner thigh turning down. Feel your abdominal muscles, kicking in, starting to do some of the work here. Take a breath. From here, reach the left leg up to the sky. Slide the hands behind the right thigh. press the thigh into the hands, right? So you're pushing those hammies into the hands, hug the hands back into the thigh, right? Reach the heels away. And then from here, we're gonna start to lift the head, the chest, the shoulders off the floor. Good, hovering the legs, right? Little L shape with the legs, reach the hands forward. Breathe here and hold, right? Long inhale. Long exhale. One more like that, breathe in. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Okay. All right, friends, if you have blocks, we're gonna grab our block friends here. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. You can do it without the blocks. Right? So, if you have a block, we're gonna take it on the medium option here between the lower part of the legs. We're gonna try to stack the heel over the knee over the hip. If you're a little bit more bendy, right, your legs are gonna try to come closer. We're gonna resist that temptation. Use the strength of our lower abdominal muscles to hold this in place. If you don't have a block, it's fine. You're just gonna keep the legs like so, right? If you have two blocks, we're gonna hold the second block in between the hands. So your hand goes on the skinniest, smallest side of the block, and you're gonna firm the upper arms in, squeeze the block with the hands. Again, if you don't have it, you're just gonna hold them like this, right? So we're like our little dead bug here. As you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Let that block or your thumbs just kiss the floor behind you, and then exhale, arms back to center, right? This should already feel like work in our belly. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Back to center, just so the arms come into that line of sight. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, back to center. One more and then we'll add on. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. As we exhale and come back to center, now we're gonna reach the block to the toes. It probably won't reach, right? Unless you're like me and you cheat, you take your feet there, but we're gonna work to keep this nice angle of the legs over the hips, right? So reach the block towards the toes, and then inhale, arms up and overhead, and exhale again, reach the block to the toes so our shoulders, our head come off the floor. Keep going like this with the breath. Right? If you love core work, let's say if you love core work or if you feel like you need more core work, you can start to move the legs away as you reach the block up and overhead. Isn't that fun? Let's do 3 more like that. Better than 5, I guess. Inhale, arms up and overhead, legs out. Squeezing our block, reach it up. Last one. Reach, and then release. Drop the knees from side to side a couple of times. Good. All right. One more like this. Reach the legs up to the sky. You can always kind of support the hips with the hands on the floor, right? That's fine. You can hold on to the sides of the mat. You could even interlace the hands behind the head if you want. I'm going to take a breath in here. Exhale, slowly lower both legs down to the floor. Reach through the heels, engage through the belly, and slowly bring the legs back up. Right? Slower is better here. It's going to be more challenging. We want to move thoughtfully. Inhale, exhale. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, legs back up, nice and slow. Do 4 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, back up. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, back up. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, back up. Good. Hug the knees to the chest. A little rock from side to side. Okay. Let's take our right arm up and overhead. Gently roll to the right side and slowly press yourself up. Let's come to a seated position here. You can sit on a blanket or a towel, right? Let's cross the shins at the center, Sukhasana. Fix your hair. Let the hands just rest on the thighs. Let the arms firmen slightly, shoulders soften away from the ears. Feel the pelvis heavy. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands down through the heart space. Again, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more like that. Inhale, reach arms out and up. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do a little eagle with the arms, right? Get some space across the upper back and shoulders. So take the arms out in front of you, palms face up. Reach the fingertips away until you feel this kind of rounding occur in the upper back, right? And then plug the upper arms back in. So chest is lifting. And then from here, let's just take the left arm under the right. We're gonna do both sides, doesn't really matter which one we do first. And we're gonna weave the arms around one another. Now, this is too much, right? We're gonna hold the arms, right? Like we're giving ourselves a little hug. Good. Breathe into your upper back here, right? Nice big breath in. As you exhale, let your shoulders soften down. Let the elbows lift slightly as you press the forearms and the hands into one another. Right? If you've got any tightness in the shoulders whatsoever, this is gonna feel pretty intense, right? So we want to use the breath to find the ease. One more. Good. Slowly unwind. Roll the shoulders out, right? Dramatic roll of the shoulders. Okay, let's switch the cross of the legs. Opposite shin in front. Take the arms out in front of you again. Reach the arms away from you, palms face up to the sky. Find that little rounding in the upper back. So when we plug the upper arm bones in, we can really feel that lift in the chest, feel the shoulder blades start to engage. And then opposite arm underneath, weave the arms around, right? Again, maybe a hug here. Right? Allow the shoulders to soften down. It's a small movement. Elbows lift slightly. Press the forearms and the hands into one another. Breathe here. Last breath. Slowly release the arms. Roll the shoulders. Okay, so let's find our way onto the shins. If you have a block, you can sit on that, or you can just sit back onto the shins. That's fine. So a version of Virasana here. If that doesn't work for you, you can stay in our Sukhasana. But if this works for you, sitting back onto the shins, but the hands just rest on the thighs for a moment, right? If you've got the block that you're sitting on, you're gonna firm the ankles towards the block. From here, take the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. And then we're gonna widen across the chest. Work our elbows towards straight as the interlace of the fingers moves down towards the floor, right? And then from here, drop the head down, chin towards the chest. And then let's do a little semicircle with the head. Drop one ear towards the shoulder, and then over to the other side. And then gently come back to center, widen across the chest a little bit more, reach the hands down a little bit more, feel the shoulder blades squeeze and firm into the upper back. And then release the hands. And again, give the shoulders a little shake, a little roll back and forth. Okay. All right, let's take our right arm up and overhead. Flip the palm so it faces the wall behind you. Go ahead and bend that elbow. So your hand is holding now the upper back, and then we're just gonna take the opposite fingers to that elbow and firm it in. Right, so it's almost like a kind of half Gomukhasana arm. So we're using this left hand to help firm that arm in and drop the hand down the back. Keep the chest lifting, keep the head lifting. We don't wanna collapse here, right? Breathe. Right, now maybe from here we can take the left arm out, flip the palm so the thumb faces down towards the floor, and then just take that arm up. If it can find the hand, great. If not, they're just gonna reach for each other energetically. One side will treat you a lot differently than the other, right? This is my side that works, the other side less so, right? So there's this movement of this right shoulder blade like it's opening up and the left shoulder blade like it's firming in. Breathe here. Good. One more breath. And then release. Roll our shoulders a couple of times. And then on to the second side. Right, take this arm up and overhead, flip the palm so the palm is facing the wall behind you, and then bend the elbow, let the palm find the upper back, right, firm the upper arm in. We're gonna take the opposite hand, find that elbow, and just help firm it in, find a little bit more depth there. Take a couple breaths here, right? Our low belly is still zipping up and in, our low back is lengthening. One more breath. And then from here, take that right hand out, flip the palm so the thumb faces the floor, and then sweep the arm up the back. Again, maybe the hands find one another, maybe not, right? And that's okay. Just reaching, feel that right shoulder blade now firming in, our left shoulder blade widening, breathe. And then slowly release and roll the shoulders a couple times. All right, let's find our way into a child's pose from here. You can pad the knees if you'd like with a blanket or a towel. And then toes together. Knees wide, sink the hips back and down, let the arms lengthen out long in front of you. Spread the fingers wide. Press down into the base of the index and thumb. Press down into the knuckles, into the fingertips. As the awareness moves up the arms, feel the upper inner arm turning up to the sky. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Maybe the hips can sink back a little teeny tiny bit more. Inhale, come back up onto hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, heart forward. As we exhale, curl the tailbone down, round the back, drop the head. Inhale, heart forward, widen across the chest. Exhale to round. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round. Find a nice flat back. Curl your toes under. You can walk the hands forward in a couple of inches so the wrists are just a little bit beyond the shoulders. Now again, press down into the inner part of the hand. Turn the upper inner arms forward. Feel the low belly start to lift up as the hips lift up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Huddle the heels, bend the right knee, bend the left knee. Swap it out a couple of times. Come high onto the balls of the feet. Give a generous bend to your knees. Look forward, take a little walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do a couple half sun salutations like that. Feet can be together or about hips width distance. Inhale, sweep arms out and up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, fingertips on the shins or the floor, half lift. Little bit more weight in the front of the foot, right? So we're not shifting the hips back like this and overextending. We're finding length here with the hips over the heels. Good, exhale, fold, bend the knees if you need. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, as you inhale, reach the arms out and up. Feel this movement originate in the shoulder blade, right? In the upper back, exhale, hands to the heart. One more like that. Inhale, reach out and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it out and exhale, hands to the heart. Let's add on from here. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. From here, go ahead and step your left foot back. Drop the left knee down to the floor. Firm the right hip in. Okay, press down into the right heel. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. You can curl the toes under or press down into the left shin or top of the foot. Good. From here, feel that lift occur in the upper back. Feel the low belly lift up. Keep pressing down into the right heel. Okay, maybe the palms find one another. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Curl those back toes under, lift the knee, step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. Again, inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. From here, step the right foot back. Drop the knee down. Toes can stay curled under to help you balance, or you can press down into the top of the foot. Draw that left hip back. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Try to pick the low belly in and up. I feel the lift occur in the upper back. Breathe in. Maybe the palms find one another. Exhale, hands to the earth. Curl the right toes under. Let's step it back from here. plank pose. Heels reach to the back of the room. Inner thighs turn up to the sky. Draw the belly in, right? Maybe the chest can move forward a little bit more. Take a breath. Drop your knees down to the earth. Uncurl the toes and press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Turn the upper inner arms forward, rock the chest forward, and as you exhale, keep the belly nice and strong. Bend the elbows to the back of the room. Lower to the floor. Move your stuff out of the way. From here, slide the hands down by the lower ribs. Spread the fingers wide. Press down into the tops of the feet. Feel your outer ankles hug in. Knees start to lift up off the floor. Belly engages. Roll the shoulders down the back. Widen across the chest. Cobra. Light on the hands, right? Cobras don't have arms. So opening across the chest. Shoulder blades firming. Exhale, lower. Good, again. Press down into the feet. Inner thighs up. Widen across the chest. Breathe in. Firm the upper arms in. They should feel like a lot of work in our upper middle back, right? Exhale, release. Last one. Shoulders down the back. Widen across the chest. Open up across the heart. From here, lift the hands up and reach the arms towards the wall behind you, right? Press down into the tops of the feet. Knees are lifting, and as you inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, swim the arms back like you're resisting the arms through water. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. This is so hard. I'm sorry I make you guys do this all the time. Exhale, reach the arms back. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one. Inhale. Exhale back. Good. Take the hands down to the floor. Back into your cobra position. Press down into the tops of the feet. From here, press the hands down. Straighten the arms. Upward facing dog. So our thighs, our hips, everything off the floor. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Breathe here. Right? Feel the upper inner arms turning up. Feel the hips lifting up and back. Inner thighs back. Heels heavy. Inhale, float the right leg up to the height of the hip. As you exhale, hug the right knee into the chest. Step the foot between the hands. The left hand can stay on the floor or maybe a block. Take the right thumb into the right hip crease. Draw the right hip back and in. Feel a little bit more weight in that inner right foot and then fire up the left thigh. From here, inhale, reach the right arm towards the front of the room. And then from here, when we've got lots of length in that right side, open the right arm to the sky. Draw the inner thighs together, bend that right knee a little bit deeper, and then soften that left shoulder away from the ears. Good. Breathe here. From here, flip the right palm, take the arm behind the back. Right, maybe it comes all the way around, maybe just the top of the hand to the low back. Open up across the chest a little bit. Release. Right hand down to the floor. Step it back. Downward facing dog. I'm going to turn myself around here. Let's float the left leg up to the height of the hip. As you exhale, hug the knee into the chest, step the foot between the hands. Again, this hand can stay on a block or on the floor. Left thumb into the hip crease. Keep a nice deep bend in the left knee. The right inner thigh turn up. Draw the thighs towards one another. And then sweep the left arm away from you. Get some length through that left side body. Press down into the right hand. Inhale, open. And this big twist. Breathe here. One more breath. Flip the palm, take the arm behind the back. Keep turning the chest to the sky. Strong through that back leg. One more breath here, inhale. Reach the arm up. Hand to the floor. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Step or hop. Top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do a tree pose here. So, toes together, heels a little sliver of space apart. I'm gonna step back. Right, and then we're gonna bend the right knee. Hands on the hips. Find something to focus on that is not moving, right? And then let's externally rotate that leg so the knee opens out to the side. Now notice this standing leg hip, it's like sassing out to the side, right? We gotta firm that in. And then take the foot to the lower leg, or perhaps to the inner thigh. Okay? Let's take the hands to the heart. Come back to the breath. Soften. Right? It's okay to kind of move around, bend, and sway. Right? That's what real trees do. We want to be the willow. We don't want to be so stuck in our way that we feel like we have to be like perfect, strong, never fall out of tree pose, right? We want to be able to bend and move and shift. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Right, feel the low belly still drawing in, frontal hip bones lifting. Right, reach through the arms. Breathe. Take that right knee forward, extend the leg, hold for 3, 2, 1, release. All right, second side. Hands to the hips. Okay, bend the left knee. Open the knee out to the side. Firm that standing leg, hip in. And then foot comes to the lower part of the leg, or perhaps inner thigh today. Good. Pressing the foot into the thigh back into the foot. Let's take the hands to the heart. Right, soften the shoulders. Keeping our gaze on one little spot to help us balance. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Breathe in. Last breath. Right, from here, take that knee forward, extend the leg, hold for 3, 2, 1, release. Gotta give the legs a little shake. All right, from here, toes together, heels a little sliver of space apart. Sit the hips back and down towards the heels, sweep the arms forward in a Utkatasana chair pose. As you exhale, fold it in, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. From here, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank. Knees can stay up or down. Inhale, rock the chest forward. Exhale, lower just to the elbows. Inhale, over the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float right leg to the height of the hip. As we exhale, hug the right knee to the chest, step the foot between the hands a little bit closer to this right hand. Pivot your back heel down, line your feet up heel to heel. So a little bit wider stance. Firm the right hip in, anchor through that back leg, and inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior one. Okay? So right hip is drawing back. Left hip is drawing forward slightly, and then we're still pressing back through that left thigh and the heel. Okay? And breathe here. Can we bend this front knee a little bit deeper? Okay? Reach through the arms, lift through the chest. Feel that lift in the lower back ribs, right? Feel the back getting longer. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step it back. Knees up or down. Rock the chest forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale over the toes, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float left leg to the height of the hip. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Step the foot between the hands, right? Shorten the stance slightly, feet heel to heel or wider. Firm the left hip. Press and anchor through that back right leg. Inhale, sweep it up, warrior one. Reach through the upper back, reach through the fingertips. Maybe we can bend left knee a little bit deeper. Right, feeling our frontal hip bones here, even lifting. Press through this back thigh. Breathe. Last breath. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back, plank. Knees up or down, right? Rock the chest forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Last one. Inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, knee to the chest, step the right foot between the hands. Again, heel to heel or a little bit wider. Keep this back heel lifted. Little bend in the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Good. Draw the right hip back. Draw the frontal hip bones up, low back and lengthen, and then we can work towards straightening that back knee. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, tap that left knee down, little cactus shape with our arms here, shoulder blades in. Good, inhale, reach up, straighten the knee. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale up. Exhale, tap it down. 2 more like that. Inhale up. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale down. From here, take the fingertips to the floor. Start to shift the hips back over that left knee. Slide your right heel forward, Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe spread the toes wide as you draw them back towards you. Inhale, get long. Draw the inner thighs towards one another. Exhale, give yourself a little fold. Doesn't have to be extreme here. Breathe. Three more breaths. Last one. Inhale, come forward. Keep these back toes curled under, press the back thigh up. Inhale, back to our crescent lunge. Take a breath in. As you exhale, take the right arm back, left arm forward, twist. Just one breath here, inhale. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. We're gonna transition to our Vashisthasana from here. Some of you will take the bottom knee down and step the foot back for the modification. Some of you may step right back. Maybe not me today. Good. Top hip shifting forward. Reach through that top arm. Sweep it away. Breathe in. Good. Hand down to the floor. You can vinyasa or down dog from here. Take a breath. Second side. Inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Step the foot between the hands, right? Again, little bend in the back knee. Left hip firms in. Inner thighs draw towards one another. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach. Feel those little frontal hip bones lift up. Lengthen through the low back and then fire up this back leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, tap the knee down, little cactus shape with the arms. Shine the heart forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more, I think. Inhale up. Exhale down. Fingertips to the floor. Shift the hips back over that right knee. Reach the left leg forward. Spread the toes out wide. We're gonna draw the inner thighs together. And then find a little fold here. Couple of breaths. Good. Last one. Inhale forward. Keep the right toes curled under. Press the thigh up. Nice and strong. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Right back into our crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Twist. Breathe in. With control, right hand down to the floor. Left arm up. Maybe a modified Vashisthasana from here. Maybe we just step the leg back. Good. Flexing the feet strongly, lifting the hips, top hip shifts forward, and then sweep that arm over. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hand to the floor, down dog. Maybe vinyasa. And then take the knees to the earth. Take a child's pose from here. And make your way onto the hands and knees. Take a round of cat-cow. I'm gonna move myself a little closer now. Okay. So from here, right, let's find a nice flat back. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, just to the height of the shoulder. As you exhale, weave the arm underneath. Inhale, sweep it out and up a little bit higher. Exhale, weave it underneath. Last one. Inhale, sweep it up, open the chest. Exhale, weave it underneath. Pause here. Now maybe you stay here, right? Some of you may want to take the foot out to the side. Perhaps link the index, middle, and thumb around the big toe. If not, just seal that foot down, right? Maybe from here you want to take this top arm, flip the palm, take the arm behind the back. Right? Open up across the chest. Breathe here. Keep firming this outer hip in so you don't fall over. Now we're gonna keep this leg out to the side. Take the top arm up, hand down to the floor. From here, press yourself back up. Leg is still out to the side. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, we're gonna shift it back onto that shin. We're gonna take a yin posture from here. We're gonna hold. Slowly start to press yourself back up. And then step the leg back. Again, take a round of cat-cow here. Heart forward. And exhale. Round. Good. Find a nice flat back. Inhale. Sweep the opposite arm out to the side, just to the height of the shoulder. Weave it underneath. Inhale, sweep it out and up a little bit higher. Weave it underneath. Last one. Inhale, reach up, open up across the chest. Sweep it underneath. Good. From here, maybe you stay here, right? But maybe play around with taking the leg out to the side. Firm the outer hip in. Right? And then maybe our top arm can come up. Flip the palm. Take the arm behind the back. One more breath. Keep the leg out to the side. Take the hand down to the floor. Gently press yourself up, and then again, shifting into our little yin pose here. Hips back onto that bent shin, and then lower. Slowly start to press yourself back. All right, take the leg back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round. All right, from here, let's take some seated postures. So make your way into a seated position. Let's take the legs out in front of us at first. And you can always sit on a blanket, right? If you need a little bit of support to lift the hips up, right? Don't be afraid to sit on a blanket. Okay, from here, help the right knee up. We're gonna step the right foot over the left thigh. Right foot over the left thigh. And we're gonna let this right hip shift back a little bit, right? So the hips, in my opinion, don't have to be perfectly square. You can give yourself a little bit of space to find this twist, right? So take the right fingertips behind you. We're gonna keep this leg straight for today. And we're just gonna hug the thigh. Start to turn the chest. And you'll notice you can probably find a little bit deeper of a twist if you let this right hip shift back a little bit, right? Maybe you wanna take the arm to the outside of the thigh, maybe. Breathe here. Three more breaths. Slowly unwind. Help the foot back over. And onto the second side. Draw the left knee in. Step the foot over the thigh. Give yourself a little bit of room. Let this hip shift back a little bit, right? Inhale, get taller. Let the left fingertips find the floor behind you. And give a little hug to this knee and rotate. Maybe our upper arm can sneak around. And slowly release. And unwind the legs, give them a little shake. Let's take Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. All right, knees apart. Let's take our yin version here. So you can just kind of round the back and slowly fold forward. Just walk the fingertips out. Round the back, drop the head down. And slowly start to press yourself back up. Okay, let's make our way onto the back, please. We'll hug the knees into the chest. A little rock from side to side. Circle the legs around a few times.
And the other direction. Take a gentle twist from here, arms into a T, and then drop the legs over to the left. And slowly, legs back to center, and over to the other side. And slowly back to center. Let's take a happy baby pose from here. And rock from side to side. And hug the legs down. And hug the knees into the chest. Roll yourself up. And then we'll release into our final resting pose of Shavasana. Gently deepen the flow of the breath. Invite some small movements into the body, a little wiggle to the fingers, a little wiggle to the toes. And as you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Take a nice, big, full body stretch. As we exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Gently roll to the side. And then slowly press yourself up. Make your way into a comfortable seated position. Allow the hands to come and rest at the heart space. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May our thoughts, may our actions in some way contribute to their happiness and their freedom. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Well, thank you guys.
Great workout.
That was wonderful. That was hard.
Good.
Ah,
Have to work out the shoulders.
yeah. Shoulders,
Thank you.
hips, core. We did it all. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great day. Hmm.